live. And so got another live show here on Christmas Eve.
This is ABC News. Balance of Nature is fruits and vegetables.
We got more stuff to talk about than we have time to talk about it. So that's a good place to be in, I think. How do you like this, huh? You see that?
And I'm more alert, and it seems like I don't seem to feel famished. And it's not very expensive. And the idea of having that freeze-dried or that
Let's see here.
nutrient in that
All right.
capsule, and who's going to eat all those vegetables?
Get the
right anyway. So whatever the science behind this, I think Balance of Nature is a great idea, and I'm going to probably stay with it until I drop.
Get a wide variety
Find
of
out a
all
little
your
more
daily
about that.
recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800.
So how's everybody doing today?
Or go
Got
to
all your
balanceofnature.com and
holiday
use the discount
shopping
code
done?
FRUITS.
We're still making those last minute. Let's drop that volume a little bit over there. And then you guys got the volume. How's the volume out there? Okay, here comes the intro has begun. Some homemade sangria made tonight for the big dinner. I'd love some. It's got to be an advantage of being in the home court. So, checking in. And hello, South Florida. Hello to the rest of the real estate world out there and all of real estate America. Welcome to another daily edition of the Real Estate Show, brought to you live here on our local AM 1470 on the FM dial at 95.3 on the FM dial and 96.9 also on the FM dial. And you can also pick us up on the iHeartRadio app, the TuneIn app, thank you very much, and also on the Spreaker app, just to name a few of the free apps that you can download and listen to our show on the go. Now, if you're sheltered in place, as many people are these days, then you can also listen to us live on our website at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. And just go up to the top of the page which says The Real Estate Show. Click on the Listen Live button 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. We're live at 5, and then we're also broadcast at 8 p.m. So 5 p.m., 8 p.m., 5 days a week, that's 10 shows plus our miscellaneous workshops, which we'll get into in just a moment. And you can always listen and watch us on our Facebook Live. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/The Real Estate Show, just like we have it right here up on the screen, The Real Estate Show. And you can also listen to any of the rebroadcasts. So if you miss any of our shows, you know that Monday through Friday, we kind of theme each day a little bit differently. Hey, Brian. And we start with our Mondays on a Mission, kind of setting the agenda of the week. Usually pulling through sort of an overall theme. And we've been talking a lot about the credit and how to build your credit. In fact, we talked about the launch of a new, really cool program that we're going to talk about today on our About the Money edition of the Real Estate Show, which is using your rent to build credit. Now, that sounds contrary to most people's common knowledge, but you actually can build your payment history, and good payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. So here's a strong way that if you've been looking for a way to boost your credit score, well, here's one, and we're going to talk about it in a little more detail throughout the show. Overall, though, our mission here on the Real Estate Show is to empower and educate more Americans in order for them to be able to get a piece of the American dream, real estate. And so every show here, it's kind of like a mini seminar in every episode of the Real Estate Show, which is available both live on the air, rebroadcast later on, and also in the recordings in our library at automaticlandlord.com. So you might want to punch that in, bookmark that page, save it, because between the radio show live, the archives, and all of the content and information, including our blog there's more information on that single site than any other site. After all, we are now 22 years, America's longest running daily radio show. Through good times and through the bad times, the Real Estate Show has been here live, bringing you every twist and turn in the marketplace and how to deal with it, and most importantly, how to profit from it. So here we are now on the 24th of the month, T-minus 7 more days until the new year, when we ring in 2021. The year of the hand. And we got so many exciting things. You know, we've been working, I would say not only overtime, but double overtime in getting things ready for what we believe will be a rock and roll 2021. Now, I hope you all know that people make money in real estate in up markets and in down markets. You can make money in real estate if you know what you're doing, regardless of who's in power in politics, regardless of what's going on in the marketplace. If you've got the right knowledge and the right tools and the right team. You know, I often talk about, what's necessary in a business. And after all, the real estate business is a business if you treat it like a business. And you need 4 components. You need a good plan, right? You need a good strategy and a good plan. We talk about that. In fact, we've been talking about that since November, and we got some updates today in the news when we get to the news segment, and you'll see how our strategy is lined up absolutely perfectly for what's playing out in the news and the headlines in the mortgage market, in the real estate market, and so forth. So you need a good plan. That's number 1. Number 2, you need the right people. You need the right people to align with. You need the right team members, from the financing side to the legal side to the research, the sales, the development. I mean, you need the right team. And many times, as many top CEOs will use, and every top athlete will use, a good coach. And having a good coach in real estate can make the difference between months versus years, between profit and loss. And so if that's something that you want to talk about, and how we partner up with some of our folks, both clients and mentorship clients, in order to help make sure that the outcome is the best outcome in there. And so I'm going to give out a phone number. It's 561-861-2366. That's 561-861-2366. Now, this is an important number because not only is it the real estate hotline, but it's also where you're going to be able to text certain words, and I'm going to tell you a couple of them in just a minute, but a couple of these words, they will get you information directly sent to you automatically. That's what the automatic landlord does. For example, as you can see, if you're one of the folks on the Facebook Live or on our YouTube channel, that I'm wearing one of our shirts, Build Your Credit with Your Rent. And so if you're interested in learning more about how to boost your credit score, raise your credit score, we have a regular workshop, and we won't be having one tonight, but we've got another one planned for Monday night, and we want to invite you to come, our listeners. So if you're interested in learning more about how to create credit where you have none, how to lift credit that's been lowered for any reason whatsoever, if you want to learn how to create additional credit by recording your prompt rent payments, and I can go back, how about this? If that wasn't shocking enough, I can even go back 1 year and recapture 1 year of good payments. Wait, I can go back 2 years, 2 full years. I can create it like that using our new system here. So if you want to get information about that, then to the phone number 561-861-2366, text the word credit. And then right after the holidays, we'll be right in touch with you and we'll talk about it. Don't wait till after the holidays to text us, because you know we're going to be slammed, hitting the ground right after the holidays. So do it right now at 561-861-2366. Type the word credit to that number. Now, the other thing is I always like to do, I want to start my radio show. I usually save it for a little bit later, but here's the quote of the day. If you don't know where you're going, you might wind up somewhere else. And that was Yogi Berra, famous baseball player and Hall of Famer, and also famous coach. And that was, if you don't know where you're going, you might wind up someplace else. Now, on also right here, we talk about the equity accelerator. We're going to be talking more about that concept later on in the program. And if you like what you hear, then remember the word equity that you can text to that same number. We're going to talk about how to build equity, how to build upside equity, even in a downside market, how to pay off your mortgage, and not just your mortgage. You know, one of the things we've been wrestling with quite a bit, and it's constantly in the news and in the headlines, is dealing with student loans. You know, there are people out there with bigger student loans than mortgages. In fact, many people with big student loans aren't getting mortgages. So figuring a way how to pay that stuff off faster, easier, and simpler is worth sending, getting that information from us and getting a full report. Just type in the word equity to 561-861-2366. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the news. So we've been kind of filling in our programs, even though Mondays is our Mondays on a Mission, where we talk about the business, we talk about the concepts and set the agenda for the week. Tuesdays, we focus in on the nitty gritty, the real actionable things that we're doing in today's marketplace, which is why we've been hammering on this whole, fix your credit now while things are in slower motion, because once things get going, if you've got good credit, you're going to have all the opportunities. If you don't have good credit, you're going to be nothing more than a spectator sitting on the sidelines. And so here's an opportunity for us to be able to help you out on getting all of that stuff ready now, before the New Year's, before the economy goes into full gear, before they lift the foreclosure moratoriums. Remember, one of our goals that we stated is that we're going to try to help more people go from forbearance to stability instead of forbearance into foreclosure. And a lot of people who are in forbearance, once they get behind, we're now over 10 months into the pandemic and 10 months since the original CARES Act. So that means that there are tenants that haven't paid for 10 months. And boy, do I feel bad for the landlords in that situation. And we talked yesterday in our news report where we were talking about where there might be some assistance. And I gave out a phone number in yesterday's program on how to help that out. So we've got that going. I also announced yesterday for the first time our new Real Estate 101 workshop. Now, here's an opportunity for those of you who want to get a good foundation on the beginnings, whether you're an agent or a civilian, whether you're brand new or you just want to brush up. You want to attend our Real Estate 101 class, and to get a link, an invitation, space available only. That's probably going to be a hot demand one. We just announced it yesterday. Is all you have to do, same phone number, 561-861-2366. Type in the number 101, and I know exactly what you're looking for. Our automated system will capture your request, put you in the queue on the list for the free Real Estate 101 workshop. And yes, there will be a 102. And we're even starting to design our 200 series for the real estate show. So if real estate is on your mind, you're in the right place. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, hear a few words from our sponsors. But when we come back, I want to get into a couple of the headlines, and then I want to focus in on one of them in particular. So don't touch that dial. Keep listening. Keep it right here on The Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Willner. I'm your host, and I will be right back. Hey, Wendell, this is for you, man. Thank you. This is this shirt was a gift from Wendell, and a good, great guy. You know, an expert in this field, and he's really brought a lot of value to the table. So I also want to say, hey, Moad El Rai. Did I pronounce that right? Who else we got going here? Got a list of folks. Of course, our regulars. I see Erica. Thank you, by the way. And cheers. Happy holidays. I was just talking about the sangria. Cheers. And yeah, Don just sent us a happy New Year. And all of you out there, Brian, thank you for that nice message. Let me come back over here. And what else here? Okay. So I wanted to expand more on the wealthy Americans saving more. You can see the mindset is already converting in a lot of areas, and you know, and what you know is a rapidly changing economy. We're going to talk about that and some of the trends, some of the major trends that are going on here. So we're coming back. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us here on The Real Estate Show, we're coming back from our break. A few words from our sponsors. In the meantime, we're live on our Facebook page. For those of you who want to join us on our live Facebook edition of The Real Estate Show, you can either, if you already have Facebook, just go to The Real Estate Show, as if it was one word, no spaces, no hyphens, The Real Estate Show. And just look for the red, black, and white logo, and yours truly will be right there. If you don't have a Facebook, no worry. All you have to do is go to www.facebook.com/The Real Estate Show, and you can join us as well. It's an open channel for you to come on. I get to chat a little bit online with some of our viewers. And then during the break, we also talk about a few other things that may not have time to get onto the show later on. But as I mentioned, you know, today is our ATM edition on Thursdays. You know, Wednesdays is our midweek report where we talk about the real estate market and some of the headliners. Yesterday, we were talking about the new stimulus package and some of the items that are particular to the real estate industry, both on the housing side, the finance side, and so forth. So if you miss any one of our shows, remember, all of this stuff is permanently recorded up on our website at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. And you can listen to it on demand, download it in its podcast form. So whether you like live radio, podcast, or the recordings right there on the website, it's at your 24/7 fingertips for you to take advantage of all the information, up to date, all the stuff, very cutting edge. Some of it released or not even publicly released. It's been discussed, and because of our contact, 21 years in the mortgage industry, 30 years in the real estate industry, and now becoming more and more involved in the credit issue. As you can see, I'm very happy with what's going on with being able to help folks who, through the Great Recession, through economic hard times, through the pandemic, have fallen into difficult credit situations. And I have said that our goal coming up in year 2021 is to make 100 first-time home buyers, homeowners, regardless of where you are today. If you have no down payment, we talked this week on Monday about our down payment assistance program. If I have a chance, I want to talk a little bit more about it later on today, since today is the about the money issue of the real estate show. But this is phenomenal. If you want to get information and get information right away, then text DPA, short for down payment assistance. And this is money that you don't have to pay back. This is not a loan. These are special grants that are available. So just type DPA to 561-861-2366 and we'll get you that information. If credit is your issue, type in the word credit to 561-861-2366. And we'll be sure it'll automatically spit it out. So nobody needs to call you. You don't have to wait on hold for a long period of time. Just text it and you'll get it. And if you really want to get it, then you want to be listening to this show every single day. And if you miss any of the days, you can read the summary of on our blog at automaticlandlord.com, and it'll have links to the information that you need wherever you need it from. So let me just acknowledge that. And so one of the things that I thought was really interesting, and we've been talking about get your credit in order. If you need to use rent to help your credit, we have a method to do that now. And like I said, I can even go back 2 years and just imagine what it would do to your credit score if all of a sudden someone who had almost no credit or even no credit at all, which is, by the way, no credit is worse than bad credit, because bad credit at least starts the clock and you have seasoning in the credit world. But if you have no credit, then you're starting like a brand new baby. And so you need to have history before the credit bureaus will accept you, even acknowledge that you exist. And literally with a snap of a finger, I can show you how to create 2 years worth of credit history where you had none. So again, if you want information about that, type the word credit to 561-861-2366. So yesterday I talked about a topic just in passing, but I wanted to dive a little bit deeper here. Wealthy Americans boost savings in the face of pandemic worries. Now remember, I've been talking about some major trends going on in a rapidly changing economy. We talked about what difficulty restaurants and retail stores are having, virtually collapsing in the pandemic right now. The people who are doing well are the ones who have adapted well to online sales, delivery, using, what is now a sudden army of Amazon trucks and UPS trucks. And it's amazing, when you look at the DHL, UPS, Amazon, and FedEx, that's what that's the most traffic you see, are all these trucks out there. You see the rise in online sales, another huge, massive trend. You see one-to-one marketing, and this one is a little bit more subtle. And unless you're paying attention to what's going on in the marketplace, a lot of this is happening to you and you don't even realize it. And that is by way of the one-on-one marketing, the influencers, if you will, the people on social media, which is why it's important to be out there on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, because that's where the new economy lives. And so this is replacing TV, which nobody trusts anymore. It's right alongside. In fact, I think it's even more influential than radio is right now. And then you add a fourth major trend, which is the rise in entrepreneurship. You've got a combination of new factors going on there that either, you either get good or you go hungry. That's the bottom line. And that's why we've come up with as you can see, we're very online, we're very automated. That's the way of the automatic landlord. We are up and on the edge here with the social media and the presence, both on the air, where we've been for 22 consecutive years, through good times and through bad times. The reason that we continue to prosper in these markets is because of our adaptability here into the marketplace. And so get good or go hungry is the theme, the name of the game here. And so if you can measure it, you can manage it. And that's what we're looking at these different little elements. And I talked to you about the 4 components, the plan, the people, the team that we talked about earlier in the program. We also wanted to talk about the platform. What operation or technology do you have there? And of course, what products do you have? Do you have a product that people need? And as you know, real estate is always in need. As I always like to say, is that you're either on real estate or you're in real estate. The people in real estate make the money. The people on real estate work or pay the money to the people in real estate. And I want you to be in real estate as well. So no matter what your situation is, you don't have a down payment, I told you, type DPA to 561-2366. I'm going to show you the method to get around that. I want you to be one of my 100 goal this coming year. If you don't have credit, I said, type in the word credit. I'm going to show you how to create in record time. I'm going to show you how to create good credit and do it the right way. And so all of this is available here on the Real Estate Show. Stay tuned each and every day. As I was saying before, the pandemic is spurring many people in the U.S. to shore up their finances, even those who can afford to invest $1 million or more. And that's one finding from Bank of America, their survey of affluent Americans, which showed that half their respondents had become more pessimistic on the economy than they were at the start of the year. About 38% were kept up at night worrying about financial setbacks, while 37% were concerned and about unexpected increases in healthcare expenses, according to the survey results. And that's why that's going to be the theme of our next coming week, about how you can shore up your finances and then kickstart into the following week, which will be the new year. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's show. Again, this is Eric Willner for the Real Estate Show. We are heard live 5 days a week, right where you hear us right now. Join us here Monday through Friday, live at 5 right here. And until then, drive safe, wash those hands, and make it a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you, my friend. And are you going to be there tomorrow, or who's going to be tomorrow? I'm sorry? Blake will be there tomorrow. Okay. Well, you enjoy your day off. Have a Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, and anything else that you may observe. Bye-bye. Same to you. And Brian, Merry Christmas to you, my good friend. And I hope to see and talk to you soon.